to heat up here in the Finger Lakes. I'm here to tell you all about what's going on in the Central Finger Lakes region. I'm Janelle Bradshaw, and I'm here on behalf of FLXmusic247.com. Now, FLXmusic247.com is an online searchable calendar that includes music events throughout the Central Finger Lakes. No cities included, so if you want to go out in the Rochester area or the Syracuse area, you got to find that stuff on your own. But when you get on FLXmusic247.com, you can use the color code to stay in your region. You can also search by town or venue, and definitely by date, and those music events will unfold in time order so you can find where you want to go quickly and easily. I'm going to talk about what's going on this week here in the Finger Lakes, so let's get started. I'd like to start with the hot spots. These are places in the Finger Lakes that you can go to hear some of the top bands in the area, and we've got a great lineup this week. So on the Ithaca Commons down in Ithaca, beautiful town to visit all day. If go on a Thursday, they have a summer music series from 6 to 8 on Thursdays every week. And this week they're presenting their hometown band, the Fall Creek Brass Band. Talk about fun. This band is loaded with brass instruments, and they just let it go in lots of different genres. You gotta love the mass band feel when you get all the horn players improvising at the same time. Just a super upbeat concert. Again, 6 to 8 p.m. If you're in town, there's plenty of places to visit, lots of natural parks to enjoy throughout the day. Then head on down to the Commons for some food and live music. In Geneva, well, it's not Geneva. It's Seneca Lake. No, it's not. It's Sampson Lake. It's Sampson State Park, which was Sampson State Park. Now it's known as Seneca Lake Resorts. And they have the Vista down there, which is a wonderfully renovated state park pavilion. Completely upgraded and gorgeous, called the Vista, and they offer music on Fridays from 6 to 9 p.m. On Friday the 11th, they're going to offer a great band called Shackwater. Nice blues and rock band. They have a big tent down there too, so it's rain or shine, and they have food trucks and beverages for purchase in addition to their pizza shop that's open every day. If you haven't been camping, or if you haven't been to the marina down at Seneca Lake Resorts, it's worth the trip. For a day trip, you can go all day and hang out. They offer a farmer's market as well before the concert at 4 o'clock, so you can find food of all types to purchase. And there's tons of people visiting, so it's a pretty nice crowd down there. You'll have a good time, not to mention the August sunset. Anyway, down in Naples, Engine 14. Now, Engine 14's brewery is a pretty new brewery, opened I think in 2021, and they are themed around an old fire truck that was retired from a Rochester fire department, and they're a really fun group down there too. In Naples this week, they're going to offer Matt Herman as part of the Deep Fried Moonshine band, which is going to be folk and Americana influenced with those guitar guys. Sometimes they just take off in a blues or rock manner no matter what genre they're playing. But it should be a fun party on Friday the 11th from 7 to 10 down at Engine 14 in Naples. Now, the concert I'm going to be at on Saturday the 12th is at the Smith Opera House in Geneva. This venue, if you've never been to the Smith, you got to go. If you're visiting this weekend, you need to kick out the ticket price and go to the Smith. Number one, it's a gorgeous building built in the early 1900s. They were able to renovate it within the last decade or so, including the gold leaf that's on part of their architecture. It's just stunningly beautiful. Got an old feel to it, but it's modern. And the band coming is a band that I'm familiar with. One of the artists, Carl Hunter, is the lead alto sax player or tenor sax player in Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, and that's going to be a killer show. They're a band that, as rock was coming to be the main feature, I don't know if you remember when the big bands were the main feature, like in the 40s and 50s, if you know your history. And then Elvis came about, and started turning things towards more of a rock and roll feel, and then we ended up in the classic rock era. Well, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy brought swing back in a super cool way, and they're influenced by jazz, swing, Dixieland, but they bring forth the energy and spirit of our contemporary culture. It's going to be a great show. I can't wait. Another fine musician, Lone Gonzo, Michael George Gonzalez, will play at Toast Winery's Monday night happy hour. They started Monday night happy hour on my suggestion because down in the Watkins Glen area, it was pretty dry on Monday nights. So they put in a 5 to 7 happy hour, so find them. They're just a few miles north of Watkins Glen on the west side of Seneca Lake, a beautiful place, and they are making some fine wines down there. They have some nice charcuterie boards and other food offerings to enjoy Happy Monday on the patio. Another place that offers a weekday happy hour is the Barnstormer, and that's almost across the street from Toast Winery, just up the road a bit, maybe a mile or so. They offer a wonderful Tuesday happy hour with a food truck and great wine and other beverages this weekend. This week, coming week, around the weekend, they'll offer Jacob Shipley on Tuesday the 15th from 5 to 8 p.m. If you have a big group, if you're taking a big group of people, you can call them up and rent out one of their little, or reserve or rent out, I'm not sure if there's a price, but you can rent out a little mini pavilion so your group can sit together with a covering over that. Otherwise, take your lawn chairs down to Toast, down to the Barnstormer. The Barnstormer. Toast Winery has chairs and tables for you. You don't need your lawn chair. Barnstormer, you need your chair. Get it straight. Okay. The next segment is the Hot Shots. Hot Shots are musicians in the area that I'd like to welcome or highlight. These are bands I know that when you see them, you'll love them. You can't help it. Vanessa Ficanti is playing a jazz happy hour with her guitar player, Joe Furlow. Vanessa is a young, aspiring jazz vocalist, and she's going to be performing at Brewery Ardennes. She's got a wonderful style. She plays a lot of songs from the American Songbook and more current music as well. And they'll be there on Thursday the 10th at 5:30 to 7:30. Brewery Ardennes is a wonderful place to spend the afternoon. It's just, they'll be playing outdoors, weather permitting, and they have a full yard full of Adirondack chairs and full service out in the yard as well. Nice people too, did I mention that? Well, Delta Mike is a well-known guy around the Finger Lakes. He's a guitar player, plays a lot of blues. Delta Mike Shaw Band is going to put it together 2 times this coming weekend. They're going to perform Friday at the Scale House. Now Friday must be, that's got to be the 11th of August, and Saturday the 12th at Bagley's Poplar Ridge Winery. Either one, you got to go see them because the music, they're just seasoned musicians, and you know, anytime you put seasoning on a group, what comes out is just a burst of flavor that you might not get on any other night. I'm sure if you go see the show on Friday and you go and see the show on Saturday, that the songs might be the same, but the presentation will definitely be new each night. It's cool like that. Yeah. Well, my buddy Corey Comer is the Soulful Showman is going to play at the local Palette on Friday, August 11th from 6 to 9 in Phelps. His music's just wonderful. He does a lot of work in the off days. He uses innovative computer programming to give himself some background music to perform and sing with. But it's so tastefully done. It's just so full of feeling and soul. And he's a wonderful human being. So head on over to the local Palette, and you can check out Tyler Westcott. We'll be playing Saturday from 6 to 9, and on Taco Tuesday, Tim Braley will be out on the street, weather permitting, at 4 o'clock for some taco specials. Meg over at the local Palette is really a community-focused restaurant owner, and she's created some amazing programming of music and other things throughout the week, so check them out. Plus the food, I hear, is really great. Another blues artist from the Hector, Lodi, Ithaca, Elmira, Corning, the southern tier is Strat Cat Willie and the Strays. Strat Cat Willie is going to come on up north to Geneva and perform it live from Linden on Saturday the 12th at 6:30. So if you're heading to the Big Bad Voodoo Daddy band, you could show up just a little bit early and catch a few tunes from Strat Cat Willie. He's going to be playing some blues, and he's got some fine members in his band. He's got a good raspy blues, southern blues rock voice, and he's a great guy. Brett Beardsley, I'd like to highlight Brett Beardsley due to his innovative, I guess I've been using that word too much, innovative, but it's really true. One of his songs talks about maybe woodchuck roadkill or something like that, but it's so incredibly funny. He tells stories in his music, and he's an original writer, so he comes up with some fantastic ideas, and it's really fun to hear his music. He plays Monday Night Blues because you know how it is on Mondays. Sometimes you need a little help to get to Tuesday. He's going to play Monday the 14th from 5 to 8. He's also part of the Ballasini brothers, where he plays with his best buddy, Scott Adams, and they'll get together on Wednesday down at Damiani for another fun night of music. Those guys just have more fun than the average bear, so if you can get down there, that fun kind of tends to drip off them and make you smile and laugh as well. If you haven't partied at Sodas Point all summer, you want to get up there this weekend on the 13th from 3 to 6. They welcome a band called The Flock, and The Flock is a group of long-standing band members that produce, I'll call them covers and favorites, but they're really fun covers and really fun favorites. And they're gonna get you rocking a little bit and dancing a little bit and just enjoying the long afternoon sunshine on August 13th. Should be a great show at Abe's Mai Tai Tiki Bar, which is right on the main drag in Sodas Point. Oh, let's keep going. The tried and true venues and artists are people I know that you'll love. You can't go wrong at any of these places, any of these artists. You're just going to have a great time. So Meyer and McGuire, they often play with Perry Cleveland, and they play folk and Americana music. Again, a super nice couple. Lots of different instruments they bring out. In addition to guitars, they have some banjos and ukuleles and other things, and they put on a beautiful show. At Brews and Brats, they're going to perform and also host the open mic, which is on Friday the 11th from 6 to 8. Brews and Brats offers open mic almost every Friday in that time period. They also have an artist coming on Saturday, who I've mentioned before, a female country artist out of the Fairport area, who's just back in the Finger Lakes every now and again to play some music for us. Claudia Hauser will play on Saturday at Brews and Brats from 6 to 8. Well, Trey Levin Winery is a fantastic venue over in King Ferry on the east side of Cayuga Lake, and they have a gorgeous place there for live music, an outdoor stage, open seating, bring your lawn chair, indoor seating at the hang time. They have a great kitchen with a full-time chef down there creating weekly specials that are really delicious, and they're going to present the band Brass Incorporated. Now, of course, I talked about them last week, but you might have missed them, and if you missed Brass Incorporated last week, you want to make sure you check them out this Friday, August 11th from 6 to 9 at Trey Levin. Trey Levin also offers music from 2 to 5 on Sundays, so get on over there. Just a relaxing place to go, beautiful drive, meander, spend a few minutes in Aurora, stop down at the park, throw a few stones in the lake, and then head over to Trey Levin. There's also a couple of other venues down there that sometimes have music. On Wednesday nights down in King Ferry, you can find music at Brightleaf Winery, which is another gorgeous place high up on the hill down by the lake. And Aurora Brewing is another place that has live music, and they recently opened a new tasting room, I think, in the Victor area. So they're expanding their offerings, but just a beautiful place to drive down and see what's going on down in the King Ferry area. So Moondog's, my favorite music lounge in Auburn, every week puts out another great program. So every other Wednesday they have open mics, but this weekend they're going to present Mark Doyle and the Maniacs on Saturday the 12th at 8 p.m. On Friday they have a band, Inside Job, that's going to perform late night after some downtown music happening, so it should be a fun place. When you're on the site, just go ahead and click on the music event on flxmusic247.com, and for Moondogs it'll get you to a link where you can give Lynn a call to reserve a table. Make sure you have a spot to sit. Walk-ins are always welcome, but if you want a table, and you can order food in advance if you feel like doing that too. Lynn's a super great owner down there. She's also a school teacher, so I really admire her hard work and dedication in her dual careers to enhance the lives of other people, one through education and the other through presenting live music to our community. Thanks, Lynn. In Phelps at Crafty Ales and Lagers. I love their beer. Did I say that out loud? They have a beautiful little place in Phelps as well, and they're going to present Red Hot and Blue Band on Sunday the 13th from 1 to 4. Crafty Ales and Lagers has regular music on Wednesday nights, but I thought I'd highlight this Sunday concert. Red Hot and Blue Band is a blues and rock band, and they're going to have a good time. Somehow the bands always seem to have a good time, you know? All you got to do is start playing. Like, if you show up and you're like, oh, I don't know if I feel like playing, and all you got to do is pick up your instrument and play a song or two, and next thing you know, you're in a whole nother world. It's really fun. So that was just my tip. If you're not an instrumentalist, give it a try. You know, it does something to you. Another tried and true location is Miranda Cheese Barn right here in Waterloo. Miranda renovated an 18 something barn to perfection, and it's just a wonderful environment. You drive up to the farm. On one side is the barn where you're going, and on the other side is the cows where the cheese comes from. So they're famous for their cheese, but they now have music on Saturdays and Sunday afternoons from 2 to 5. They're going to offer Raven on the 12th Saturday, and Petty Thieves on Sunday from 2 to 5. As you know, Petty Thieves is a Tom Petty tribute type band, and they're from the Auburn area, and they have a great time around here. At Coloca Estates up on the shores of Lake Ontario. I like to include those Lake Ontario venues because it's just another world up there. If you don't get up there very often, go on up, drive the coastline. It's a beautiful, beautiful world up there. Lots of sand and stones, and little secret places here and there that you can find with remarkable food and beverage. Coloca Estates is a rather large place. They have music 4 times this week. Most weeks they do. I'm gonna highlight the Beetlejuice event, which is a Beatles tribute band playing on Sunday the 13th from 5 to 9. They also have a big rock show going on Saturday night, the 12th, from 7 to 11. 2 Oswego rock bands are going to come in and play, and other music. So check out my site to find their site, get more information. They have innovative programming throughout the year, so you can find stuff there. I said it again, innovation. It's got to be my word for the week. Innovative. Well, you know what it means, right? It means people are thinking outside the box, and when people think outside the box, that piques my interest, so I gotta follow them. All right, let's go on to the Something New segment. This segment's presented because I'm always on the lookout for something a little bit off the beaten path, or something that I don't think you might know about or remember, and I think you might want to know about it. So, something new. We have the Jose Cuervas and the Carib Jazz All-Stars performing at the Hammondsport Weekly Thursday concert series on the 10th from 6 to 8. That's going to be a Latin-inspired jazz band. It's super fun. It's going to be fun. It's in the park. Take your chair. Oh, kick back. August 10th, 6 to 8 p.m. If the sun's out, you know it's going to be a gorgeous day. The Central on Main in Canandaigua. I know I've talked about this before as well, but talk about a town that's attracting people. So, I mean, you can find music at probably at one time I counted, there were 23 different venues in the Canandaigua area that were offering live music. That's how many there are. But if you want to head down to Central on Main, which is right downtown, you can kind of do it a little different. Central on Main, you can order food to Central on Main, so you can access all of the food choices in the downtown area, and they'll deliver right to you while you listen to music. And they have music on Fridays and Saturdays from 5 to 8. This week on Saturday the 12th, they're going to offer the Flowerhead Folks, which are some fine instrumentalists playing covers and favorites. It's a good time. They have tables and stuff set up. Go shopping early, head on over, happy hour. There's lots of places to stop in before and after going to the Central on Main in Canandaigua. Like Neil Young, a lot of people do. Well, Shaky's going to present a musical evening dedicated to the songs of Neil Young, and he's going to be performing on Saturday the 12th from 4 to 7 at Watershed Brewing. If you recall, Watershed Brewing is the former Bottomless Brewing over on the east side of Seneca Lake, not far from Geneva. A great place to hang out. New place. Let's give them some business and get them up and going. The Skinny Atlas Music Festival continues. Wow. Got to get on my site to get to their site to check out all the stuff. There's ticket links right from my site, so you can buy tickets to an actual concert, or you can get right to their website to peruse their offering. They're offering music throughout the month of August their final concert. Joshua Redmond, who's a jazz artist, will be on the 19th. I know that's a little bit outside of our window right here, but I just want to give you a heads up on that. But there's classical music. There's a saxophone player in town doing some community service, Stephen Banks. He plays a lot of saxophones. I believe I saw him with a Barry saxophone. Looks like he's going to be doing some programming for kids and some free concerts at the library and the Auburn Public Theater as well. So check those out and see what you can do to support the Skinny Atlas Music Festival and hear some incredible world-class music right here in the Finger Lakes for you. And speaking about world-class music, just down the road in Homer, I don't know, do you know where Homer is? If you don't know where Homer is, it's on the east side of Cuba Lake, down in the pocket. So you got to either go to Ithaca and up around to the north, or you got to go all the way down the east side of Cuba Lake. But you'll find it, and they have created a Center for the Arts there, and they've been doing some incredible shows throughout the summer and year round. I just wanted to highlight them because I hadn't talked about them before, and they're presenting Better Than Ezra on Tuesday the 15th. That's a ticketed event, so you got to get on the site and check out those tickets. I don't have a lot of notes about Better Than Ezra. I did read the bio, but I haven't heard them before, so if you go hear them, let me know. But it says that they are an enduring force of rock music. I do recall that the band, originally the two founding members got together about 40 years ago, so they've been working hard at it over the years. They've had a lot of success too. Musical theater, live music, musical theater. It's been going on at the Merry-Go-Round Theater in Auburn for years and years and years and years, and recently they had a rebranding and they call it the Rev Theater now, or the Rev Theater, troupe, acting troupe. But anyway, they presented some great musicals this year, and I just wanted to highlight a musical about a musician. So it's the Carole King musical, and there's some tickets left that'll be presented through the end of August. But you got to get on there and get your tickets. I noticed that several dates were sold out. That's a really fun place to be. It's a theater in the Round, right on the park grounds at Emerson Park in Auburn, overlooking Owasco Lake, which we don't talk about that much. But if you have time, if you got the time and the money, again, it might be a special treat for a birthday, or take your teenager to see what people do when they're not on their phones. Anyway, let's keep going. We do have some upcoming events, and I'll be adding more and more events to the calendar each week. FLXmusic247.com. I started it 2 years ago to help people find music quickly and easily. I don't know about you. If I would be scrolling Facebook or something, do you still scroll Facebook, Instagram? You guys do that, right? You sit there and you scroll, and you see something, you're like, oh, that sounds exciting. And then you try to figure out when it occurred, right? Because someone will be like, tonight, live music, and you'll look at it and it'll be like 4 days ago. I'm like, 4 days ago. Or it'll say tonight or tomorrow, live music, and you're like, when is tonight? When is tomorrow? When did that happen? Is it coming up? And I would find myself missing a lot of events, or just, not knowing what was going on. So I said, there's got to be a better way to inform people about what's coming up in the area. And so that is the real reason that I started FLXmusic247.com, so you don't have to miss stuff. And then, for the musicians, they only have a few ways to promote their music, right? They can promote it on, Facebook, Instagram. How else? Anybody else? Oh, like visitor tourist websites, maybe links to that, maybe. Lots of maintenance. There's so many sites out there, and people are investing tons of money getting the word out about their music. Not the musicians necessarily, but the venues, because they have to post their music here, and then they have to post it there, and then they have to keep it updated there and here and everywhere. So part of the reason that FLXmusic247.com was created was to help those venues have a place where the music schedule is available to people who are looking for it every day, all day. And that's why we got the 24/7, get it? Anyway, we've talked about most of these things before if you've listened to the podcast before, so I'm not going to go over them too hard, but I love going to Flema Tuesdays and Wednesdays and checking out the music crowd. Tuesdays at Twisted Rail in Geneva. Wednesdays at the Rio Tomatlin in Canandaigua. Great people, great music, different kinds of things going on. Both places have some awesome food and beverage for sale. And don't forget the Geneva Lakefront Concert Series. I'm saying it again. I mean, I help book the bands. I myself will be playing later in the month, but we've got some great bands coming up on the Wednesday the 16th. We have Irv Lyons and his brother Rex and Steve Palumbo, the Geneva resident, who will be playing percussion with the Ripcords, the fabulous Ripcords. That should be a great show. Everybody's twirling their thumbs waiting for Pickin' in the Pasture. If you're a bluegrass and folk music lover, I'm sure you already have your tickets. And I got to get some more information about Aurora Fest. I'm pretty sure I'm going to that just because it's a great little town. And not to mention that each week on the calendar, let's see, there's easily 200 live music events on the calendar each week. And if there's not, why don't you send me an email and let me know that there's not as many as you hope for, and I'll see if I can find some more. But I will be adding music events each day. I take a spin around for people that are not my partners. I do add a lot of events for free until they are convinced that it's the best thing that they can use to promote their music, which means I'm searching most days for events that I don't know about yet, and I'm getting them on the calendar. So especially important on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays is to check before you go out in case something got added that you don't want to miss. So that's about it. I mean, I'm Janelle Bradshaw. I'm running FLXmusic247.com so that you can find music quickly and easily. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. My mascot is Who, and who knows who's who, and who knows where to go for live music. And my intern's heading back to college, so you won't see her out and about anymore. But hopefully you'll see me. And if you do see me in my shirt, I almost always have my shirt on, please come and say hi and let me know what you like about the calendar, or if you have any ideas about how it can be better. And if you're a musician or a venue, hit me up with an email, or if you even are just a critic, if you want to say something about this podcast, hit me up with an email. Just send me an email, flxmusic247@gmail.com, and if you write to me, I'll probably write back. I'd love to hear from anybody who is benefiting from the calendar or the podcast. It'd be great to know at this stage in August. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again. I hope you find something to do. Get out in nature, find music, relax, enjoy a vacation, enjoy a staycation, and think about all the great things that the Finger Lakes has to offer right here where we are. Thanks again.